I'm sitting back here with a huge pile of batteries. Which one are these for you? Well, let's find out. Welcome everybody, welcome to Freely Roaming. My name is Dan. So I've been reviewing these 5 batteries over these last couple of months. And I wanted to kind of show them all in one video so you guys can kind of get an idea about what's available on the market today. What is missing here is like the $1,000 100 amp hour batteries. This stuff right here to your left and my right, this is probably the sweet spot. This is batteries that range from $350 to $500 for a 100 amp hour battery. So at this price range, there's actually a lot to choose from. And each one of these batteries actually offers something a little bit different. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that. And these two over here, these are the higher capacity batteries. This one is from BigBattery. This is the Owl Max2. This is a 3 kilowatt hour battery, 228 amp hours. And obviously this one at the very end here, this is my latest DIY pack, 280 amp hours. It is made of 280 amp EVE cells, grade A cells, and it uses a Radio B Tech BMS that has low temperature disconnect as well as Bluetooth connectivity. Of all these batteries, this is the cheapest one per kilowatt hour. However, this is not the one that I would recommend for most of you guys to use. I would recommend most of you guys to try one of these 4. So let's just go by price. I will start with the EnjoyBot. The EnjoyBot, you can buy this for $359 right now. And I put links to all of these down in the description below so you can go check them out yourself. Read the description on their website. This is pretty much a no frills battery. It is 100 amp hours, 12.8 volt lithium iron phosphate. And what impressed me about this battery is how well it tested. It tested 12% above its rated capacity. So I actually squeezed 112 amp hours out of this. So that's pretty impressive. And it seems to be made of grade A cells. And just from the manufacturing and the website, I really like EnjoyBot. And then my interaction with the company has been really good too. So I wouldn't hesitate in recommending this, even though this is at the very low end of the price spectrum. For most of you, as long as you're not going to be in low temperature environments, you're probably going to be fine with this. The next one up is this one. This is the PowerQueen. This is the premium model. PowerQueen actually sells a battery that's very much like the EnjoyBot. But the premium model, the difference is, as you can see, the size is significantly smaller. It is about 25% smaller. So for somebody who's limited on space, if you have a small camper van, or if you have like maybe a boat with a trolling motor that you want to power with lithium batteries, this might be the good way to go, because on top of this being a smaller size battery with the same capacity, you can also connect these in series. Whereas the EnjoyBot, it's not designed to be connected in series. You could probably do it if you knew what you were doing, but the manufacturer does not recommend it. The PowerQueen, on the other hand, it is designed to be connected up to a 4 parallel, 4 series connection, meaning that you can take 4 sets of 4 batteries in parallel and then connect those in series, giving you 16 cells of 48 volt battery at 400 amp hours. That is a lot of power. That's 20 kilowatt hours. And for being such a small battery, having 16 of these won't seem as bad as having 16 of these. So next one up is going to be the Unowix. This one, at a glance, you can see that it's identical. The enclosure anyways is identical to the EnjoyBot, just different color and has different stickers. But other than that, like the webbing strap is the same. These terminal lugs are the same. Initially, I thought this battery was just the same as the EnjoyBot. But after reading their website and their product description, this claims to have low temperature charging protection. But in my testing, that didn't actually work. So I'm waiting to hear back from the manufacturer to see what the deal is with that. And if you guys go to this video that I uploaded about this battery, if I hear back from the manufacturer, I'll go ahead and leave that in the comments there and also in the description there. But the idea about this battery though, so this is $359, this is $399, and this one is $499. For an extra $100, what you're supposed to get is low temperature disconnect. So this battery, if it worked correctly, you'd be able to use this one in cold temperatures without causing any damage. So this one has that capability. These three do not. And you think, well, this one, this BigBattery Owl Max2, it's a pretty fancy battery and it's priced at $1,400. Why does it not have that? Well, it's priced at $1,400 for a couple of reasons. One is that it's a much bigger battery. This is a 228 amp hour battery compared to these that are 100 amp hours. So just from that alone, it's gonna cost more. And the other thing about this battery that I like is that it's really easy to get to the inside of it. If you watch the review video of this one, the capacity test that I did of this one, I opened up the top, opened up the sides, and you can get right to the batteries. You can see the BMS, you can see the battery cells, you can see how the connections are made. And this one, it's also made with a lot of safety measures in mind. Has a built-in 300 amp fuse. These three batteries protect itself just through the built-in protection of the BMS. This one has that in the BMS. On top of it, it's got the high amperage fuse, and also it's got a fire extinguisher built into it. So this is what I would recommend for somebody who really wants to be able to get inside their battery without worrying about like cutting it open, and also has a lot of safety in mind. Because you can open this so easily and it's a metal enclosure with no gaskets or anything, this won't have any sort of IP water resistance rating. You know, if that's not a problem for you, then this might be a good one. And the other cool thing about the Owl Max2 is that it's got a really small footprint. Even though it's tall, the space that it takes on the floor is very small, especially for 228 amp hours. I mean, just imagine, look at these two batteries. These two batteries combine for 200 amp hours. And that's less than what you can get in this footprint, which is pretty small. So these are the 4 commercially made batteries. And lastly, I want to talk about my personal favorite, which is this DIY pack. So if you watch my build of this battery pack, I pretty much put this together in about 10 minutes. So there's a lot you can improve on this, but in its raw form, everything you need is here. You've got 280 amp hours, you've got a BMS, you've got strapping tape holding it all together, so it's one secure unit. You have low temperature cutoff, you have Bluetooth, so you can connect to it. You can add a bunch more features to this DIY pack. The reason why I don't recommend this for a lot of you is because if you're watching a lot of these tutorials, means that you're probably still learning about this stuff. You may not be ready to rely on this on a day-to-day basis just yet. But some of you I know are really knowledgeable and are just watching this to kind of figure out what's new on the market. And like myself, this is probably the only kind of battery that you will ever use. And it doesn't hurt for this one to be less than $700 completely built. So the per watt hour cost on this DIY battery is still ridiculously low compared to all of these. So there you go. This is kind of a summary of all 5 of these batteries that I've been reviewing lately on this channel. I wanted to make one video for you guys to show all of them in one place so you can get an idea what's available on the market today. Of course, you can spend $800, $900, upwards of $1,000 for brands like Battleborn, or for, you know, batteries that have built-in heating pads, or, you know, battery that have a lot of fancy features. But for most of you, this is probably the products you're looking at. So I hope this series has been helpful to you guys, to give you guys an idea of what's available out there. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below as always. And I'll put links to all the stuff that you see here on this table down there in the description. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.